That is done.
That's right.
Then we created inside the workspace, we created the lake house. That also done. Then we land under the lake house, we uploaded a file from local computer, okay, which is nothing but on-premise. You have some file is available, you uploaded. Once you uploaded that file, okay, then we created a table, a delta table using this data lake file. Whatever already we have in the data lake, using that file, we created the delta table. Okay, then we return some sequels. We return, okay, SQL is nothing but Microsoft means we call it as a T-SQL. Okay, we written T-SQL to read the table and perform EDE, exploratory data analysis. Okay, that's what we read in some SQLs written. Then department name wise, what is the salaries or some other queries also we written. Okay, I think till that point we completed. We also started doing the visualization query and all, but those things not completed, I think. So till here we completed, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now everyone knows how to create the workspace, how to create the lakehouse, then how to upload a file from our local computer, then how to create a delta table. And one more thing, I given one activity, right? Anyone get chance to do the groundwork? So I asked what is the activity I given is what is delta table? I asked to Google it in the class itself. Then some of the people said like, okay, there is a AC ID is showing over there. Then I asked what is A, what is C, what is I, what is D. You have to get the more information, right? Anyone come up with some kind of things before we start something?
It's like atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability of related to database.
Right. Now we need to go for examples. Okay. You're saying A means atomicity, right? What it mean exactly? Okay. You take some data and tell the what it mean by atomicity. That level we want to go. You got my
Okay, sir.
point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Full forms, okay, but we need the more information from each word,
Yeah.
more information we want it. Now, today, what we will do is, this is the one activity what we did. We have one local computer, one file is available. That file we shifted to simple words. What we did here is, we have the file in our local machine that we shifted to data lake file. We shifted the into the data lake we shifted. Then we created delta table. We created. Then we did EDA. We written this equals and we did the ETA. This is what the flow exactly what we completed last class, right?
Yes.
Now today what we want to do is today, okay, this exercise remains there. Everyone need to focus and come up with the answers tomorrow. Okay, full details I want it. Now
Okay,
today
sir.
what we are going to do is same kind of activity. Let me put it here. Same kind of activity I want to do it. But this file is not available on premise. Okay, it may be available in somewhere else cloud it is available. The web itself, somewhere else it is available. Okay, in cloud or web, whatever it is, you can name it as. Then I want to take into the data lake, I want to take it first. Okay, to take that into the data lake, I want to use here something concept called as data flow gen 2. I want to use it. What do you mean by data flow gen 2? We need to understand. This data flow gen 2, I'll be connecting to this cloud. Then I want to create here some delta table. I want to create it. Then this is common. We do ATA. We do EDA. So now today, majorly we need to understand what is data flow Gen 2. Can you Google it? What is data flow Gen 2? So first we'll try to focus on that one, right? Let us
Yes.
say I'm going here, then I'm trying to go to the home page. Then we have the workspace is available. Our workspace we created, which is saying as something demo. So ITEC Fabric demo workspace is showing. Now we created Lakehouse. We created with Lakehouse. We got the default semantic model, and also we received SQL Analytics endpoint. These two things we received automatically the moment you create the Lakehouse. Okay. Now thereafter, I think these two things we created. Oh, no, right? No. This is why it came here. Let me delete this. We did not created this. Okay. Now we have this is the Lakehouse. Let me open this Lakehouse. I'm trying to click on the Lakehouse. Then the moment you click on the Lakehouse, then we created a file we created under the data folder. Uh, Data folder, we click on the data, then we're able to see a file that is known as emp.csv. Okay, and also using this file, we created a delta table we created, that is a emp we created. We also spend some time before going for the next topic. We'll spend some time to understand this delta table. If you click on this delta table, then you can able to see the data. That's okay. Then click on these three dots, whatever we have. Then you can see the properties. Click on this properties. Here you can notice we have the name. Then we have the format. What is the format it's showing here?
Delta.
Delta.
Yeah.
There is a type is equal to managed is showing. Managed is showing. Actually, two types of tables we have it. One type is called as managed tables. Second is called as non-managed. Okay, so we have two types of tables are available. Two types of tables are available. One is called as managed tables. Managed tables means data as well as metadata both are under the under the same instance, same place, under the same table object. This is also called as internal table. Managed table is also called as internal table. And one more table is available that is called as non-managed table, or it is called as external table. In case of external table, metadata only under the control. That means column names, those things only under the control. Data located somewhere else. Data located somewhere else, not under the table itself. Under the table itself it will not be available. Anyhow, we'll talk this non-managed table later. We are going to talk about it. We need to understand here what you mean by managed or internal tables. Now by this you understand now how many types of tables we have. Two types. One is managed tables, second
One
is
is non.
non-managed tables. Then you can see the URL. This is interesting thing. If we go and try to copy this URL, then let us try to paste here. Let us try to paste here. Then we're able to see the URL. In this URL, OneLake, DFS, Fabric, Microsoft.com, this is common. Wherever you go, it won't change. Thereafter, you're seeing some kind of ID is generated. Okay, and followed by one more ID is available, then tables and EMP. What these two IDs are talking here? Okay, so we have here in the top, we notice under the workspace what we created.
Lakehouse.
Lakehouse. First ID is workspace ID. Second ID is
Lakehouse
Lakehouse
ID.
ID.
Okay,
Lakehouse
then
ID. That's it. Under the Lakehouse, we have the tables. In the tables, we have the EMP. That's what we are seeing here. This is a table. This is a EMP. So you can notice here in the top, if you observe carefully, if you click on this one, then you can observe location. This is a workspace, and this is the lakehouse. Under the workspace, we have the lakehouse. Under the lakehouse, we have the tables and EMP. That's how this path is available. Then relative path means within this. Once I sit in the lakehouse, then where it is exactly. That's what a simple path is available. There is a table / EMP. Okay. Now next is available Azure path. It is Azure blob file system. Now you can observe here. This is the one more thing. Okay. Let us go and try to copy this also. Then try to understand it. So we are getting perfect URL. We are getting it. Now, in fact, if you carefully observe here, whatever this ID, first ID, workspace ID is available. That's what this is. Workspace ID at the rate of this one. Then whatever you are seeing here, AE, that's what it's seeing the second one, right? Same information, whatever you are seeing in the top, available here also. Only difference is this is a global URL, HTTPS. This is a Azure URL. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, that's it. This is what you need to understand about the properties. Now, let us go and try to click again these three dots, then see the view files. One more thing is available, view files. If I click on the view files, then you will see something backend it's creating one file. What type of file it is? You can see at the
Part.
edge, Parquet file. So anyone ask a question, delta table stores the data in what format? What format is storing?
Part. Format.
Parquet. There are n number of files are available, right? For example, CSV files are available. Okay, then we have the Parquet files are available. Why system is designed to store the backend, not the CSV files, Parquet files only why they preferred. Parquet files only why they preferred.
Um,
To understand that one, I would like to show you one simple thing. Let us say I have one more instance is available. Let me go to that instance. Is asking authentication 1515S. So I'm trying to open another instance, another workspace basically. Okay, now we have here one workspace. Let's say in this workspace, let's say some lakehouse is available. Let me go for that lakehouse. Then let me close this. Okay, now you can notice we have something called as files here. In these files, I have data. Under the data, some kind of data warehouse data is available here. Wide world importers DW. I'll talk about this one anyhow later more. Hmm. Yeah. You can notice CSV file is available, and here we have the Parquet files are available. Same data I'm trying to keep here as well as here also. Let us observe one of the file. That file is called as fact sales file. Click on this. Now, what is the file size we have here? Each one 2 GB, 2 GB,
In
2
GB,
GB.
yeah, more than.
Now, if we go for the Parquet, then same full, then same fact sales. Now you can notice how much it is there.
Less at MB.
It is in MBs, taking less space in Parquet.
Okay, that's a catch what you need to understand. So CSV files are space wise it's going to consume a lot of space it is going to consume, whereas Parquet will consume very less space it is going to consume. Similar to that one, there are so many other differences also available. There is a concept called as okay row wise scanning of the data, and there is a concept called as column wise scanning of the data. Scanning means nothing but reading. Okay, and row-wise scanning is happens if you store the data row-wise. We are storing the data, then there is no other option for you. We have to scan row-wise only. You have to scan it. If you store column-wise, then we can able to scan the column-wise. Okay, column-wise scanning is performance-wise very good. How it is good, those things we need to understand later. But at this point of time, delta table in the back end is storing what type of files is storing?
Okay.
Parquet.
Okay, that is what the point what you need to understand. Next, suppose tomorrow one more file is came. One more file is came that is called a second Parquet file we are adding. Let us assume this is a January month data. Once in a couple of days, February 28 is completed. We are going to get the February data also. We are going to get it. Then I'll create here one more file. I am going to create it. If I create one more file, you need to understand the log. Okay, delta log. The delta log is nothing but when which file is came. Those all things are going to store it. Okay, the commits information we are going to have inside the commits. As of now, we don't have because single time only we loaded, right? We are not followed any incremental or any kind of thing. We did not follow append, incremental, this kind of things we did not follow. That's what nothing we are seeing it. Now we have one more thing that is called as JSON. The JSON will have the more information about your load process. So we implemented it, what time we implemented, and what type of operation we did it, write operation. Then what is the mode? We went for the override. Just the mean we right clicked on the table and say as a create the Delta Lake table, right? If you do like that, it will go for the override mode. There is a serializable concept is available. Okay, and there is orders also available. The provider is equal to Parquet. Then is a V order. One order is available. What is the meaning of that one? How it is going to improve the performance? There is a partitioning is available. Okay, we don't have as of now partitioning, and also some statistics also it is trying to remember here, like total how many records are available and what is the each column minimum value is what. For example, in the manager column 7566 is the minimum, department number column 10 is the minimum. Some information it's trying to store it. As we have the some information here, it studied some information physically it is storing here, right? These all things end of the day improves the performance.
So who will, I'm sorry to interrupt, who will, I mean, do we have to do this coding or it is already there? I mean,
You did not do, right? We did not do any
while
coding. It's
working with,
came.
sorry?
Automatically it's came. We did not do any coding.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This all code automatically yesterday. The moment you selected your data, then you went here, then load two tables, new table you click it, right? The
Yes.
moment you click it, like this, you went here and you're saying as EMP1, then say click on load, then it's going to create here EMP1. And the EMP1, once it is created, I can go and I can see the details. There we have this all uh, JSON file is available, how you loaded this kind of thing.
Yes,
Tomorrow
sir.
I'm not going override mode. If I'm going for append mode, then append will be coming over there. Vorder, I don't want to implement it. So if I made that as false, then vorder will be implemented. So what is vorder? We come to understand. Okay. Now here you can see the EMP1. If you want, you can go for now view files. Again, same kind of things we are seeing. This is a Parquet file. Under Delta log, we can see the JSON is came. The JSON has same information, right?
Yes, sir.
Default functionalities. These all are default functionalities. The moment I right click and try to say create the table, then it is going to create it for you. How it is creating is, but what engines it is using, what type of Delta Lake it is using, what is the version of those things. Those all things are available here.
One question. So when that commit comes, actually, is it just because just like that if there is any update, delete, or something like that, or why that commit tab is empty?
As of now, we did not do anything.
But when the table is created, won't that load any information in the commit?
No, no.
Okay.
We'll see anyhow. We are going to, let's say first time we loaded 10 records. Second time we're loading some more 5 records we are loading. Then that will be React.
Okay.
We'll see it. We'll see that one.
Thank you.
Now, as of now, this is what yesterday what we completed the class. Now let us go for, let me delete this. This some I will talk about this later. One lake already we know one lake, right? I did not talk about later. You know one lake. One lake app also we installed last class, right? So we installed one lake app, and this one lake app, I think ours is this is the one. There we can able to observe our tables, whatever created, we're able to observe. I think it is not synced. We can go on, we can sync it. The moment to sync it, we are going to see one more table called as EMP1. We're able to see it. In the EMP1, then we can see Parquet file and the JSON file, everything it is available here. This is a one lake client. One lake client. Now, okay, I want to go for second activity. The second activity as for today's is somewhere we have the data. The data we have to create it as a delta table using Dataflow Gen2. So if you go for the top first button is called as refresh button. Then we have second button that is called as settings button. The settings button has good amount of information actually. So it's going to talk about what is the name of our lakehouse and location in which workspace it is located, who created this one, okay, and when it is created, when it is last modified. Those all informations we have here. Endorsement is something like tomorrow you want to promote your data set. Okay, company is very big company. Okay, you trust this one, you did lot of efforts and you created this one. You want to share this information to a number of people. Then we're going to certify, hey, I am certifying this data is good data, 100% accurate data, like that we are going to endorse it. That kind of thing. Okay, we'll talk about it later, more information. Now, SQL Analytics endpoint. SQL Analytics endpoint. So this SQL Analytics endpoint is, you can notice in the top, copy the string and use to connect externally to the item from Power BI desktop or any other client tools. Any other client tools. So if you go and try to copy this, then paste here. So you can see dot data warehouse dot fabric dot microsoft dot com it's coming, right? So this SQL Analytics endpoint is available. Because of this only we're able to do the TSQLs, we're able to write it. Without your permission, the moment whenever you are writing the SQL, that SQL is going to execute using this SQL Analytics endpoint only. TSQL always uses what type of connection? This type of connection it is going to use it. For example, I have one client tool that the tool is called as Power BI desktop tool is available. In the Power BI desktop tool, I want to access your table. Then I can go and I can use this link and I can connect it. Okay, we'll talk about it. Now let us go for there is a API concept is available. So if you want to do now Spark submit, session wise and batch wise we have it. Session wise means long running. Let's say I executed something, then I will be doing some kind of analysis. Then after few minutes, again I will be executing something like that. If you want to execute and understand the data and move on writing the code, again understanding the data and move on writing the code, that kind of thing, then we'll go for the this link. Batch jobs. Let's say daily night 7 o'clock you want to run something, then you'll use this link. So it's a free Apache API. We are going to use this. Okay, we'll be practically using this one. Now third button we can see here, that's called as get data. There we used only one thing, we used upload file, we used it. Now we are thinking of using a new Dataflow Gen2, we are trying to use it. This is what we are talking about. Let me click on here, new Dataflow Gen2. The moment I click on new Dataflow Gen2, then it's opening in the top, it's showing as it's a Dataflow 1, it's saying. Now we can go on, we can change this name. Let's say if we click on here, so let me click on here, then it is allowing you to change the name. So we are writing here, load, okay, DEPT table data, something like this I written, load DEPT table data, then enter. Now you can see in the top this is changed. Now anyone have understanding of the Power BI? These all options, whatever you are seeing, these all options, whatever you are seeing here, are came from, you can notice here, what is the tool it is using?
Power query.
Power Query. Power Query. So if you go for my repository in free time, let's say, let me duplicate this, then go to the ITEC, then go to the Power BI. In the Power BI, I used to give the architecture diagram as part of the syllabus. If you observe this architecture diagram, what is the first layer?
Query.
Power Query. So this Power Query is the concept they picked from the Power BI and all, they kept here. So it is very easy tool. Now from here you can go and you can connect to anything and you can uh, continue it. Now you can notice something here, import from a test or CSV file. Import from a test or CSV file. You can use this option to get our CSV file as input and we can move it. That is one option. Or you want to go for some web only you want to go. Then you can go for here more. Then click on here and select for the HTTP. Now we have here import HTTP, we have here web API is available and web page is also available. Okay, time being, I don't want to make too much complex here. So let us go and try to take here. Let's go and try to take here this import from a test or CSV file. Click on this. Then it is asking, tell me where is the test or CSV file. So you can take link to file. That means file path or URL. The file path or URL is saying, right? So we can go and we can get the URL. For example, we have our Google, our GitHub. In the GitHub, I maintain lab data folder. In the lab data folder, dep.csv is available. There you can observe this, what are the data we have it. Okay, there if you click on the raw right side, whatever we have here raw, if you click on the raw, then it is going to show you the data and it's going to show the raw path, it is going to show it. This path, I am taking it, Control C, then go here and try to paste here. Now we are trying to take the URL, where the data is available, that URL we are trying to take it. This URL is coming from where? This URL is coming from where?
GitHub.
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 Now,
From GitHub
yeah,
repository.
Now this GitHub, I kept in the public, I kept it. That means there is no username and password is required. The reason authentication kind is equal to anonymous. So anyone can come and can utilize it. And create new connection, let it be like that. Then click on here next. Okay. Now, okay, we are in the get data window and we are trying to import the data from the CSV file. That too using URL, we are trying to import it. They're saying as preview the file data. By default, it's going to do the data profiling. Data profiling meaning what is a column data type, what is a column size, okay, and also some extra informations like what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, how many different distinct values are available, what is the average value, what is the total value. This all things are called as profiling. Those all profile, it will try to do it based on by default how many records,
200.
200 rows. If you want to increase this one, you can go ahead and you can increase it based on entire data set and all. But anyhow, I'm working with very small data set, only 4 records we are loading, but 4 records or 4,000 records process is same. And suppose your file is available, not the comma separated, something else available. You can go and you can change these options, you can change it. Okay, tomorrow tab separated file they given, you can use this one. Okay, something like that. Now we can go and you can see in the bottom there is a cancel add table using examples, then click on here create, just directly go for here create. Okay, now wow, beautiful. Now still we can observe in the top we are in the Power Query window. Left side whatever we have here is windows. Let's try to understand it. This window is called as now queries window, and this queries window corresponding the properties we can able to observe. This is a query settings window, and these all are called as kind of ETL is happening here, kind of ETL. We're connecting the source, it is promoting the headers, it's changing some kind of data types and all. And finally, it is trying to push the data into where it is pushing.
Into Lakehouse.
Yeah. If you want, you can observe this code also. This code is actually called as M language code. The code is called as M language code. If you want to see the M language code, click on the view. In the view menu, there is a concept called as advanced editor. Click on this one. So what it is happening? Source is equal to what is this? dp.csv file. Thereafter, one transformation is happening. It's promoting the first row as the header, right? So it's trying to promote the first row as header. Thereafter, one more transformation is happening. It's changing the column data types properly. I said first based on the first 200 rows, it is going to do the data profiling. Did you inform to the system dpit number is an integer column anywhere?
No.
No. Dname is a test column and location is a test column. We did not inform to the system. Based on the data, it did its own profiling of the data, and is able to identify the columns, data types, all things. Now click on here, OK. Now click on here, OK. These all things are called as nothing but transformation steps. Further, if you want to do any transformation, then fourth step will be added. Some reason I don't like, here DEPT number. I want to write full thing. Then what I can do, just sharply double click on here. Then I can write here, okay, DEPT, for example, number, I'm writing it. So you can notice I written here DEPT number I written. Now this also, you can observe the moment I renamed here. You can notice what happened here. One more step, fourth step is added.
Yes.
If you see this advanced editor, some other code is added here. You renamed the column from DEPT number to DEPT space number, you renamed it. From here you're changing also same impact actually, but you're very good in the coding, then only you have to touch this one. Otherwise don't touch it. Click on OK. Then still the same kind of change. The moment you change over there, it's changing here.
DP
Yeah.
number, yeah.
Yeah, you can change in the code or you can change in the UI, vice versa. Nothing will happen. But changing in the code means you should be very strong in the this syntax, those all things you should be very strong. For example, as I am strong, I can go and I can select this part, whatever I have it, Control C. Then I can put here one comma I am putting. Then I am trying to put here next column, for example, D name I am putting it. I know the column name is D name. I want to change this one as a department name, department name. So I'm trying to put something like this. Then click on OK. Without any errors, it should be changing the name here. Changing. But you need to know the syntax. If you want to modify from here, you need to know the syntax. Okay, there is a comma, you have to put it, these all things you have to know. That's the reason, don't try this advanced editor. Try to change from here itself. System will write the code for you. Why you're worrying about it? Just sharply double click on here, then try to change this one. What you have to change here? It's a location, for example. I'm changing. If I change here, then go and try to observe the advanced editor. Automatically system will written code for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So you do from user interface, then system will write the code for you. If you do in the code, system will change in the UI also. Both vice versa, it's possible. Now, wow, beautiful. Now data destination. Now we understand what is the meaning of this one. We are extracting. Okay, we have the CSV file we taken as input. CSV file is our source. We extracting the data. From this CSV file. And we are doing some kind of transformations. We are doing it. These are the transformations at this point of time. Very simple transformations we maybe did here. Okay, something renaming of the columns is the transformations, and identifying the data is properly the transformations you did it. Finally, we are loading this data into one place. That place is called as, what is this place? Where we are loading this data into Lakehouse. We are loading the data into Lakehouse. So we are trying to say we are doing the ETL work. We are doing it. What type of work we are doing? Extracting the data from CSV file. We are doing some transformations. We are doing it. Then finally we are loading into the Lakehouse. If you want to write something extra column, you want to create it here. Okay, you can go for the home. Then add the column is available here. For example, you can use your how the machines are learning by training, right? We are giving some training to the mission, then it is learning, right? So let's do same thing.
Yes.
So we can go and we can select these two columns concatenation. I want to do it somehow. Select these two columns. There is option is available columns from examples. Click on these columns from examples. Then it's asking how you want to create the one more column. Okay, I'm trying to create the one more column by saying accounting. Sorry. Accounting, then followed by accounting, I am writing one space, then hyphen. Then we have here New York. New York. New York. Something I want the concatenation, accounting and New York, these two things I'm concatenating. While I'm doing the concatenation, I'm also maintaining what? One space, hyphen, then space also I'm maintaining. Okay. Once I maintain, then I'm trying to okay, if I did it, but somehow it's not working for rest of the things, right? So that means training is not enough. Training is not enough. I need to train maybe another example also. I may need to train it. Let us train one more example. So we are trying to train one more example. This is a research. Then research followed by, then I am writing here hyphen. Then we are writing here, okay, Dallas, I am writing it. Enter. Yeah, see here. Third row, fourth row, did I written?
No.
No, it took
You can see the pen symbol. Wherever we have the pen symbol, that means I written. Wherever you see the bulb symbol, that means what? You written a system guessed it and given to you. System guessed it and given to you. You are happy with this one? If you are happy, accept the solution what offered by system. Then click on here OK. Click on here OK. Then we are going to get here one more column. We are going to get it fourth column. And also you can notice one step is added here. And if you want to see the actual code backend, you can go to the advanced data. You can observe, wow, beautiful code it is written. This all code, did you written or system written for you?
System written.
System written. That too, you given the training, how I want my final column. how I want my final column. You are giving the training to the system, then system written the code for you. It's good. It's good. You have to
So
appreciate that.
when you say train, is that something related to the machine learning kind of thing?
Yeah, they implemented in the tool.
Okay.
Okay. You given two examples. You given, hey, this is what my input, this is what my output I wanted. That's what the training you given. Two records you given. Third row, fourth row, it is guessed and it is given. Not only third row, fourth row, you have 30,000 rows also is going to guess it similar way, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Coming to the point here, code we need not write it. System is going to take care of it. And whatever we do here, these all things are called as transformations. In fact, each step is called as one transformation. In that context, total how many transformations we have here?
5.
5 steps. So 5 transformations we have it. Okay, enough. Now I want to go here. I want to see there is a publish now. There is a publish later. If you want to schedule this one to load this later, you can go for it. Now at this point of time, I want to publish now itself. If I click on this publish now, what is happening? Okay, I clicked on the publish now. After I clicked on the publish now, one object is created that is called as load data template. And did you observe one circle is spinning here? One circle is
Yes.
spinning here. That means it is
Yes.
publishing it. That means it is publishing it. This object is nothing but saving or publishing, we can say. Saving or publishing, we can say. Now, once the saving is completed, if you go to the my lakehouse, let's say I'm trying to click on your lakehouse. If I go and try to refresh it, here we have the tables, then we have the refresh option. If I try to refresh it, will you see the DPT here?
No.
No, you're not seeing it. Yeah, publish will not create the table because you did not run it. The code only published. The code only published. The code is not ran. The code is ran means it will extract, it will transform, it will load here. But code is not ran as of now. So in order to run that code, what you have to do is go back to the your workspace. I am going back to the workspace level. Then here you can notice one of the button is still it is publishing. It is even refreshing also. Yeah, see here. What is happening now? Where it is spinning?
The refresh.
Yeah, refresh, it's spinning here. Okay, now let me go back once again here. Uh, Lakehouse. If I go to the lakehouse, let's try to tables, then try to refresh it once.
Now it
Now,
was.
are you seeing it?
Yes.
Yeah. So publish means code will be published. Thereafter, if refreshed, thereafter it is refreshed, then what will happens? Object will be created. Now DPT object is created. Now DPT object, similarly properties, if you want to see it, you can see the properties. It's created here, delta table it is created, it is a managed table, remaining all options you are aware of it. And if you go to the DPT again here, then I'm trying to see here, uh, view files. Then you can observe we have the somehow two Parquet files is created. Then if you go and try to observe the delta log, some two JSONs is created. Okay, and because each file, whatever we have it, how it is created, the registry is maintaining it. Then something mashup temporary also it's created. And if you open this one, it will have the information, what type of operation it did, what type of engine it is using. Okay, and some more information you can able to observe here, right? That means previously the moment you say load table, the way it is loaded. Now if you go for the Dataflow Gen2, the way it is loaded, is it same or different? In the back end, how it is organizing it? It's different, right? Okay, we'll talk even more information after some time. Now we learned something called as how to use the Dataflow Gen2 and load the data from CSV file to here we land. Now I have here something called as a DPT. If I want to do the EDA, exploratory data analysis, if I want to do it, you know how to write the queries on top of it, right? Yesterday we learned about it. Now you can go to the, let us say, I'm going for here, let us say I'm selecting our lakehouse. Okay. Now, if you want to write the SQLs, I said already today when I started the class, SQLs always will run using what? What
T-SQL,
URL is? What is no, yeah, T-SQL.
Microsoft.
T-SQL is always runs using what I said?
Data warehouse. Sorry.
SQL Analytics endpoint. SQL Analytics endpoint. Okay, let me click on this one. Then we are going to see the SQL Analytics endpoint. We are going to see it. Now, in this SQL Analytics endpoint, I can go and I can write the SQLs. For example, I want to write the new SQL query. Just write here select star from DEPT. I want it. Sorry, it's not typing. Select star from DEPT. We are writing it. Now click on the run. We should be able to see the data variable. We should be able to see it. Okay, always as a best practice, writing the schema also best practice only, but time being, remaining all our system defined things, DBO only our thing, that is DBO we are able to see it. Wow, beautiful. You are seeing the this calculate column also, you are seeing it? Yes, that means inside our DBO, we have the tables. The table is called as DEPT. This table, how you loaded here? Somewhere in the GitHub, we have the file. Somewhere in the GitHub, we have the file. That file using the Dataflow Gen2, we pushed it, we taken into the data lake. Then we got this table, right?
Yes.
Today it may be available in the GitHub. Tomorrow it may be available somewhere else. It may be in the SharePoint, somewhere, some other source, maybe MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle. Doesn't matter. Only thing is the connection will be changes. Only thing is the connection will be changes. For example, let us go and try to do one more activity.
Quick question,
Still,
Ram.
yeah.
So what happens to the original DPT table since we added like a new column? So the original table that we from GitHub didn't have
No, there
an
is a
extra
file only. In the
cluster.
GitHub, it's a file. In the GitHub, there is not a table first point.
Oh, it was
In the
CSV.
GitHub, whatever we have here, you can notice this is the GitHub, and you can see this file, it is a CSV. We taken this one, we extracted this all data we extracted. Then we did transformations. The transformations in my context is we add one new column. That is one transformation. Then we loaded into the data lakehouse. We loaded as a table, as a delta table. Once we have the delta table, on top of it, we are writing the TSQL we are writing, and we are analyzing the data.
Okay, so this CSV file will just remain as is in GitHub, right?
Yeah, this is, we are doing ETL. That means extracting the data means we are not going to change the source. We have no rights to do that. Okay. In the GitHub, whatever we have here, right? In the GitHub, I maintained the CSV file. The CSV file is as it is. The CSV file is as it is. That we are not changing it. Only thing is the CSV file we accessed and we did some kind of transformations. Finally, we pushed the data into the lakehouse. Okay. Now, I will give one more task to you. Today, you have to research and come back answers. So this is what the task we did, right? Somewhere in the cloud. In my case of cloud here, I can say GitHub is the one cloud what I used it. GitHub Cloud, I used it. In the Dataflow Gen2, finally I created the delta table I created. Then we did the EDA, exploratory data analysis, we did it. Now today I am giving one more task to you people is, whatever database you like, it doesn't matter. You take any database, any relational database, you take it, any RDB. The RDB may be MySQL, the RDB may be PostgreSQL, the RDB may be whatever you want it. You take it, whatever you want it as a source and try to create me delta table. On top of it, you do the EDA. Can you try that one?
Yes,
Ram,
sir.
what about have you assigned that as access to the workspace?
Yes, sir. So we are still unable to get. I'm unable to log into the workspace.
We
Hmm.
remember last
Good.
time you asked us to
Yeah.
fill out the Excel
Yeah.
file
Yeah.
so that you can give us the username and everything.
Right. Right.
Even
I
actually,
still, yeah,
eh,
John, I understand. I understand. I did not create it. I'll create the user ID and password for you. Hmm. I don't have license actually. Anyone has a work mail ID for you people? If you have work mail ID, you can able to enable it. That's it. Simple.
So work mail ID as in like if we're working in any organization,
Any
so can we use
organization,
that?
yes. Yeah, you can use it.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Then
Yeah,
I
just
can.
go and try to log in using our activity one is there, right?
Yes.
In our GitHub, first activity, whatever I explained. There we have the information, how to open the Fabric URL and all. Once you open, you provide your work mail ID. That's it.
So can you once send the GitHub repository that which activity is present? So I think I missed that. So can you paste that in the chat?
Sure, sure. If you go to the RRITEC, there we have here a Fabric directly. You can go if you want to go because we are doing the Fabric. So we have the Fabric. In the Fabric, we have the module one. In this module one, if you go to the link here in the bottom somewhere I given. So this is the link, app.fabric.microsoft.com.
Sorry,
Okay.
sir. I mean, I
Yeah,
missed
this
that
total
GitHub
link,
repository link. Yes, sir.
this total I'm pasting here. You can use it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we have now loaded one table from the GitHub repository.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what happens in case we change the data in the GitHub repository? For example, instead of 4
Okay.
records, if we have
Okay.
added another 2 or 3, will it be
Okay.
automatically reflected?
No, automatically it won't reflect. You need, if suppose let us do one activity, right? You asked it. Let us do it. For example, here we have it. Let me edit this. I'm editing. Then I'm trying to add one more row. I'm adding it. It's not the 40. I'm adding here one more row. I'm adding. Let's say 50th row also I'm adding. So we have here 50 now. And this is not the operations. We are writing here somewhere IT. We are writing it. Okay. Then we are writing this is some other location. We are writing it. Okay. Some data I change it. Then I'm trying to commit it. After I change this source, automatically it won't reflect here because we are not doing the push mechanism. Push mechanism means something event based triggering, right? That we are not doing it. We implemented only pull mechanism we implemented. So if it has to reflect over there means you have to go to your data flow again back. Let me go to the data flow. Here we already created the data flow, right? You need to refresh now again. If I hit the refresh now button, then it is going to try to refresh. See here, it's trying to refresh, right? Once this refresh is complete, in that table you'll see the 5 rows. You got it?
yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Can
Thank
you,
you.
sorry, one last question. Can you do a batch load of tables if you have like
This
hundreds
is
of
batch
tables
load
to
only.
load?
This is hundreds of tables. Yes, we can do it. We need to configure some parameter file. We are going to do that.
Okay.
But it's too early to do that.
One favor.
Yeah.
Do you have the videos recorded and put somewhere?
Yes, the
No.
recordings from
Yeah,
day one.
I'm doing the recordings, but I did not put somewhere. I'm going to put it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.